Hello, my name is Lucretia Austin. I'm here to inform you all of this great natural hair debate. Now, the natural hair debate has been a big subject for years now in the African American community. It has recently made its way to a broader audience since the Gabby Douglas gold medalist incident. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to let you all know. Gabby Douglas was a 16-year-old Olympian who just won the gold medal in Olympics. She, instead of her skills being what was on display, her hair actually is what caught most attention. From a citation from the article in Washington Post written by Vanessa Williams, black women's hair was already a hot topic on blogs and talk shows before Gabby Douglas vaulted into the world stage at the London Olympics. After some viewers complained on Twitter that Douglas's hair looked unkempt, social media in the blogosphere erupted with disgust for her hair instead of people talking about her graceful jumps. Now, you might look at me and ask, what does this girl know about natural hair? Well, I've been natural for 3 years now, and that's, I guess, what I know about this subject. Today I'll be sharing with you all 3 main points about natural hair. I'll begin with the history of African American hair, then I'll proceed to how some women transition from relaxed to natural hair. I'll also speak about the different natural hair textures. Lastly, I'll speak about how natural hair styling is different from relaxed styling. My objective today is to show you all that there is more to African American hair than what meets the eye. First, I'm going to begin talking about some of the influences for straight hair as opposed to natural hair. Most blacks in America came from West Africa and the part of the world. In that part of the world, hair is anywhere between kinky and loosely coiled. Basically, they don't have any kind of relaxers or chemicals or any kind of anything in their hair to make it straight. In the 1400s and 1500s, there were all kinds of beautiful hairstyles. They had the right kinds of oils and combs to do them out there in Africa. Then in the 1500s came the slave ships from Europe. One of the first things they did when they caught you was cut off all your hair. That was merely the beginning of the long process of whipping out our culture and identity. To break the spirit, to make you easier to control, they cut off your hair, which was, to the African American community, that was their pride. That was something they took a lot of pride in, was their hair. So once they came to America, they were slaves. They didn't have a lot of time to basically keep up their hair. So a lot of times they just wore scarves and tied it up to try to keep the bugs out of it. They didn't have time to do their hair. So actually in the 1800s, when ships stopped coming back and forth to America, the slaves that they had in America, they were considered of a little bit more worth. So they couldn't beat them as harshly as what they normally would. So this actually helped these slaves be able to better be able to survive, I guess you could say. And they had more time to do things that they wouldn't be able to leisurely do because they weren't getting beat and worked so hardly. Now, these same slaves, since they were able to have that free time, they began to be able to do their hair again. And when slavery became abolished, these slaves, or not slaves anymore, they actually got the opportunity to be as they wanted to be. But since being in America for so long, they kind of got it in their heads that straight hair, like the Caucasian woman, was the best kind of hair to have because you were thought to be of more esteem. So what they actually ended up doing was trying to find ways to straighten their hair or give it that more loose, curly pattern. The idea of good hair living in America basically came from an idea as simple as this. Basically, the light-skinned women or the women who had white in them, they were thought to be of more esteem. So again, that's another reason why the good hair theory, I guess, kind of originated. So now I just told you all basically how African Americans got to America and how we kind of got this whole brainwashed idea of what good hair is. Now I'm going to proceed to telling you all about some ways that African Americans straighten their hair. Now, the first way that I'm going to describe is the oil promenade. Basically, that's just like grease or oil from cooking animals or whatever. They just basically put that in their hair to try to achieve that straighter look. And when that wasn't really doing the job that they wanted, they discovered the pressing comb, which is basically a metal comb that they stick on stoves, and they use it to straighten their hair to get that achieved straighter look. Now, according to an article written by Cicely A. Richards titled The History of Relaxers, the idea of relaxers came forth when a guy was basically working on some